Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all managing to stay sane during this continued lockdown. As the weeks go on, we're still in a period of uncertainty when we're not entirely sure when we're going to get back to work under normal circumstances. So I thought I would introduce an EFT sequence with you today for those of you who may be struggling because you're not able to spend time with your family and friends. I know I'm finding it very difficult myself right now, not being able to see or spend time with my grandchildren and see close family and friends. And as the weeks go on, it becomes more and more challenging for a lot of people. What makes it even more so is when you hear that one of your loved ones has become ill or they're having to deal with some difficult news and you're not there to support them. So I thought I would introduce this video to help you manage your anxieties or any worries that you might have about family members and the difficulties you might be facing. So if any of you have not actually seen my EFT videos before, I'll just quickly give you an insight into what EFT is all about. It's a therapy tool that I introduced to some of my clients who suffer from stress related conditions, who might be experiencing panic attacks or having sleep problems, or may have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. What EFT does, known as emotional freedom technique, is it slows down the physiological process that takes place in the body when we go into a state of fear or flight. And what a lot of clients have gained benefit from is that when I take them through the sequence, they start to feel much calmer. They can also often make better sense of the thoughts and ideas that they've got going off in the head that actually trigger the stress and worry in the first place. So EFT actually works on the meridian system. We tap on up to 10 acupoints on the body. And as we tap, we encourage clients to talk openly about the problems that they're facing and how they feel about it. And eventually, after several sequences, most clients start to feel much calmer. They can start to feel more rational. It helps them to release any tension or pain that they've been holding in the body. And usually by the end of it, they can sometimes feel quite tired. They just want to rest. And for some clients, they've actually said that a shift has taken place after they've experienced EFT and they've been able to see things more clearly and maybe find solutions to the problems. Now, as far as the lockdown's concerned, we're not in control of it. We've only got to follow government guidelines. But as I said, for a lot of people, it's becoming increasingly difficult not to be able to spend time with loved ones. So I hope that you'll approach this with an open mind, give it a go, see what you think. If you want to switch me off and put me on mute and just follow the sequence itself, but use your own dialogue, that's perfectly fine. If you want to send me some feedback on how you felt about doing the sequences, I'd be interested to know how you get on. So let's get started. Before we do, I'll just describe the tapping sequence to you. So the first tapping point takes place at the side of the hand, where we gently start to tap the pad of the hand, and we start with the opening statement of what the problem is. And then we can use both hands or just one, but with 2 fingers we tap gently on the edge of the brow, at the end of the brow, just below the eye socket, just below the nose and above the top lip, at the cleft of the chin, gently below the collarbone, at the side of your body, and in a circular movement on the top of the head. And then we start back at the side of the hand. Now, whatever it is that's troubling you right now about not being able to see close family and friends, just simply make a mental note of how bad that makes you feel. If you were to consider that on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being extremely anxious or worried and 0 being no worry at all, just make a mental note of how bad it makes you feel. Okay, let's get started. So with the side of the hand, just gently tap and just say out loud to yourself, even though I'm finding this current situation difficult right now, where I'm struggling because I'm finding it hard not to see my family and friends, not to be able to spend time with whoever that is, I completely and totally accept myself, even though I'm finding it really hard right now. Even though I'm finding it challenging, not being able to spend time with my close family and friends, not being able to spend time with my grandchildren. I'm finding it really difficult. Even though I may be able to speak to them on the phone or via video link, it's not the same as being able to spend quality time with them, seeing them in the flesh. And even though I'm really missing them, even though at times I'm struggling with this right now, I completely and totally accept myself. Even though I'm finding this situation difficult. As much as I would love to go and see my family, as much as I would love to be able to hug one of my grandchildren or my children, right now it's not easy. And even though I'm finding it hard, I completely and totally accept myself. Even though I'm finding this situation difficult, even though I'm finding it challenging, not being able to spend time with family and friends, not being able to see them in the physical sense, even though I'm finding that difficult right now, I completely and totally accept myself. And as you continue to tap, be aware of any tension or pain that you might be feeling in any part of your body, or any discomfort, whether it be in your stomach, whether it be in your chest, in your throat, behind the eyes, or in the head, the neck or the shoulders. Just be aware of that discomfort and make a mental note of how intense it may feel right now. And as you continue to tap, just breathe out the tension. Imagine breathing out the pain, but continue to tap. And if you don't want to keep repeating the same dialogue, just be quiet and just be with this discomfort as we continue to tap, as we continue to work on releasing this emotion or this pain that you've internalized because it's starting to get you down. Just breathe it out and know that you're not alone. There are thousands, if not millions, of other people throughout the world right now. Some of them may be living totally by themselves, or finding it very difficult not to be with loved ones. And as you continue to tap and breathe out any tension or any discomfort, just be glad that at least you're surviving, that at least you're still here, and that more importantly so, despite the fact that we don't know how long this is going to go on for, it is only temporary, it's not permanent. At some point, this lockdown will come to an end, and we will be reunited with loved ones once again. Breathe it out. Just allow any tension to flow away from your body. And you might even notice that any pain that you initially felt may either be starting to fade away, or it may have moved up the body. For instance, if it was in your stomach, it might have moved into your chest. If it was in your chest, it might have moved into your throat, or it may have completely disappeared. Just keep breathing it out as you continue to tap. If you're feeling emotional right now, try not to suppress your emotions. Instead, simply allow the tears to fall. Or if any other thoughts or ideas are coming into your head pertaining to this situation, just say them out loud or say them in your mind as we continue to tap. So even though I found this situation very difficult, and especially when I don't know when I'm going to be able to see my family and friends, I completely and totally accept myself. And I also acknowledge that this is only temporary. It's not forever. And when this period of self-isolation is over, I'm going to love spending time with the people I've missed and who I love very much. I've got so much to look forward to. And at least I'm fortunate enough to be able to call them or speak to them via video link, if that's the case. So even though I found this situation very difficult, I'm surviving. I can get through this difficult time, and someday soon I will be reunited with my loved ones, because I completely and totally accept myself, and I'm looking forward to that time. So just have a rest, make a mental note of where your anxiety level is right now. If it's still rather high, then still continue to tap. And as I said, it is important that you use your own dialogue, because this is your story, not mine. I've just given you an example of generally how I think most people feel about not being able to spend time with the loved ones, including myself. So take care, stay safe, keep smiling, and know that this is only temporal. And I'll be back again soon with another tapping sequence. Take care for now. Bye.